Welcome to the South Ops Fire Weather Webcast for Monday, January 6th. I'm your host, Kristen Stewart. Let's start off with checking out our water vapor satellite imagery for this morning to highlight our main weather story for the week. You will notice a weak area of low pressure moving through Nevada. This inside slider is responsible for bringing enhanced northerly flow across our region this morning. This system will continue to move south in the coming days and park itself over northwest Mexico by tomorrow afternoon. This low will bring strong upper-level wind support to bring about a strong Santa Ana wind event for Southern California this week. I will get more into this in a minute. Like I mentioned, current wind observations indicate some breezy northerly winds across portions of Southern California, particularly from Santa Barbara County to the Mojave Slopes. Most of the breezier spots are gusting in the 15 to 25 mile an hour range right now, with a few localized gusts in the 30 mile an hour range. Expect these winds to be mostly on the lighter side through the day, with gusts maxing out to around 40 miles an hour for the most wind-prone spots. It will be fairly dry today across Southern California, though not critically, with minimum humidity ranging around 15 to 25%. Due to the breezy winds and moderately dry conditions, elevated fire weather conditions are expected for Southern California today. Much higher humidity is expected across Central California, with no fire weather issues expected. It will be a mostly sunny day, and temperatures will range around 5 to 10 degrees above normal. Highs across Southern California will range in the low to mid-70s across the coastal valleys. It will remain cooler over Central California, with highs in the mid-50s to mid-60s. As the inside slider continues to move south into northwest Mexico, winds will shift to a northeasterly direction by Tuesday morning. This will set the stage for the beginning of our strong Santa Ana wind event to kick off the new year. To start the event, winds on Tuesday morning will likely increase to around 20 to 30 miles an hour with gusts to 50 miles an hour, likely stronger up in the more wind-prone ridges and canyons of Southern California. For this event, winds are expected to peak at their strongest Tuesday night through Wednesday morning. There will be very strong upper-level wind support aloft to enhance the surface winds, allowing widespread winds of 20 to 40 miles an hour with gusts to at least 60 miles an hour to develop. There is a high likelihood of these stronger winds surfacing across areas that usually do not see gusty winds during Santa Ana wind events, including the San Gabriel Valley and eastern San Fernando Valley. Some of the most wind-prone ridgetops may see gusts of at least 80 to 100 miles an hour at times during this time frame. Santa Ana winds will begin to decrease Wednesday evening through Thursday afternoon as the trough over northwest Mexico begins to drift farther east. Widespread northeast winds of 20 to 30 miles an hour with gusts to 50 miles an hour are likely across wind-prone areas of Southern California on Thursday. Much lighter winds are expected for Friday. Humidity across Southern California may remain above 15% on Tuesday, but then is expected to lower further by Wednesday into the single digits and low teens. It will remain very dry through the weekend. Overnight recoveries will be very poor to non-existent, especially during the periods of strongest winds. As a result of the strong Santa Ana winds expected alongside very low humidity and critically dry fuels, fire danger will become very high Tuesday through Thursday. Fire weather watches and red flag warnings have been issued by the National Weather Service, indicating critical fire weather conditions during this period. This is a very dangerous situation for Southern California, so please continue to monitor the forecast and current weather this week. We will not add much detail past this current week given the upcoming high-impact wind event. However, we will note that this weekend and going into early next week, there is another potential for an inside slider to bring additional rounds of gusty northerly winds with very dry conditions. We will have more details on this later on, but it is imperative to stay aware that Southern California is still very much in fire season. With only moderately breezy northerly winds and moderately dry conditions, the potential for a large fire will remain very low today. As I mentioned earlier, the large fire threat will become very high across Southern California Tuesday through Thursday due to strong Santa Ana winds along with very low humidity and critically dry fuels. High-risk designations remain in place for the South Coast and adjacent mountains for this time period. The large fire threat will lower on Friday with weaker winds, but it will remain very dry. Then we will continue to monitor the weekend and early next week for additional rounds of gusty offshore winds. Please continue to monitor the forecast and current weather conditions as we go through this week. And that's all I have for today. Thanks for tuning in. Our next webcast will be on Tuesday, January 7th. Have a fantastic day.